Hey y'all. So recently I have been trying to address my trauma more. So I've been going to therapy and I've been getting closer to God in my relationship with him, my walk with him. And I've been just trying to figure out the root of the problem of everything that's going on with me. Like, there's no easy answer to why I am the way I am. There's no easy answer to why I do the things that I do, but it's important to try to figure out what it is so that you don't continue on with the same cycle and end up repeating the same things that you used to do when you're trying to overcome who you are and be a better person. Now, my problem is a lot of the people who cause me trauma, when I do try to address the situations and try to address the trauma that took place, it's being flipped on me and it's being turned into me trying to down them or me being a judgmental person when that's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just trying to address my trauma and get people to admit that they caused me trauma and things that hurt and trying to move forward in my healing. And I can't do that because I feel like the most important people, the most important factors of my trauma won't admit that they hurt me. Now, I can find a way to address my trauma on my own and just ignore it, ignore what I feel. But I feel like if I don't address the situation of the trauma that I feel, it's gonna just leave some resentment toward the people who hurt me. And I'm gonna say I healed and I moved on, but it's still gonna be something in me that every time I talk to them, I'm just gonna feel away. Or every time we have a small misunderstanding, it's gonna explode and it's gonna get worse because I feel so much resentment towards them. Now, the problem with the people who I'm trying to explain this to, they feel like I'm playing victim. And the truth of the matter is, in your trauma, you are the victim. I am the victim in my trauma. So why not just say, okay, I hurt you, so what can I do to make this better? Like, we all have trauma. Yes, individually, we all face trauma. It's not a whole collective. Like, we all know how each other feeling, because somebody could have went through the same thing I went through and don't even know how I feel, because we all articulate our feelings in a different way. So I feel like it's important to allow the people who you love, who you say you love, to express that something you did hurt them. If something that I did hurt you, you have the right to come to me and tell me, like, look, you hurt me. And I have to be mature enough to receive that. I can't just say, oh, well, you. I can't just point the finger. I have to be mature enough to say, okay, I can see where you feel a way about that. The biggest point of trauma is my parents. Now, I'm not saying that my parents beat on me or they abused me or they left me or they gave me to somebody. They didn't do that. But I still experience trauma from some of the things that they make me feel, like how they made me feel, some of the ways they made me feel. Just because I didn't go through something so top-notch traumatizing in the Black community's eyes don't mean it's not traumatizing. So the fact that people try to downplay because I didn't go through some of the bigger traumas or how they think it is, I still went through trauma. You know, the fact that I was raised by a narcissistic mother, and I don't really feel like I know my father enough to call him a narcissist, because I really don't know him like that. Like, I know him as my father, but I never really sat and had a full conversation with him as far as to the point where I was really able to really express my feelings like how I do with my mother, because my mother is just like, she's been in my life more, she's been around more, so I was able to see her more. I was able to see her as who she is more. So when I'm trying to express myself, she feel like I'm just always like pushing it off on her about the things that I felt. But just because I wasn't hurt physically don't mean I wasn't hurt emotionally. Being raised by a narcissistic parent, you know, can be really traumatizing, and she probably don't even know that she's a narcissist because she not addressing her trauma. And the fact that she won't talk to me about what I'm experiencing or what I felt is just telling me that she won't address her trauma. So she's just going around dumping all this baggage on everybody, like, not on purpose, but you're dumping baggage on people. So now the same trauma you dealt with is being passed on to me unknowingly. If you went through that and you're dumping that on me, now I feel what you feel. The emotions of what you felt in that moment can be transferred to me. So now you're trauma dumping on me. Now I feel things that I can't even explain why I feel them. But you don't want to address the fact that your hurt hurt me too. Hurt people. So the trauma, what you felt from when you were a kid, passed along, and it passes along, and it passes along. And if I don't stop it right here at me, it's gonna pass along to my kids. And I'm trying to stop it. And I just need people to understand that I'm not trying to play victim, but I am a victim. That's the truth. I'm a victim. Everyone who was in a traumatizing situation is a victim. There's no other word to put it. Like, I can't say that I'm not a victim, because in my trauma, I am the victim. That's what a victim is, the person who experienced what happened. I feel like I was just like guilt tripped and like gaslighted my whole life into me like really thinking that I was feeling sorry for myself because of the things that I was feeling. I gotta stop feeling this because it's not good to feel it. I can't be feeling sorry for myself. Like, I really convinced myself in my mind that I wasn't hurt and that I don't have a right to be hurt because other people went through worse. Because I was hearing for so long, well, because you didn't go through this, so you're not hurt. That's not fair. Because I know that I actually really felt hurt from what I experienced. And I'm addressing it. And whoever don't want to heal with me, whoever don't want to help me heal or want to move forward or want to just give me this, to love me enough to say, okay, how can we fix this? Okay, I'm going to hear you out. Okay, I hear how you feel. Okay, this is what we're going to do now. This is what I'm going to try to do so I can understand you better. If you're not making those steps towards taking accountability for the fact that something you did hurt me, I don't want you in my life. And I'm perfectly fine like that, whether it's a parent, whether it's a sibling. If my siblings came to me right now, because I know there's things that I did to my siblings that hurt. If my siblings came to me right now and told me this, I would be hurt because I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that. But I love you so much that I want you to be okay. I don't want anything that I did to make you feel like you're not loved or that you're not worthy. I love you so much that I'm willing to put my pride aside and shut up and hear you out. I love you that much. And I want you to grow. I want you to heal. I want you to heal. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. I love you so much. I never will want to see you go through that. I will never want to hurt you on purpose. I love you that much. I'm going to give you that. And if people can't give me that, because I'm just that kind of person, and nobody can take that from me. I'm the kind of person that if I hurt you, I'm going to tell you I hurt you. I'm going to apologize to you. I don't want to play the blame game. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. But it's so frustrating when you're trying to get somebody to hear you and they won't listen. The worst thing you could be in somebody's life is the person who won't stop and put your pride aside enough to hear how they feel. It's so important to prioritize other people in your life. If you're the only priority in your life, you're not going to have anybody. You can't only be the only priority in life. Other people have to matter too. Their feelings have to matter too. When you have relationships with people, their feelings matter. And that's not just a spouse. That's your kids. That's your parents. That's your cousins. That's your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents. They're important to you. Their feelings matter. How they feel matter. So we got to stop playing the victim all the time in situations where we're not the victim. Because sometimes other people are the victim. Sometimes other people feel pain and trauma. Let them have that for a minute. Stop trying to make everything about you. Because it's not about you all the time. And if you go through life with the mindset that can't nobody tell you nothing, don't nobody have the right to tell you nothing, you're going to be in life alone. And if you do have people, it's not going to be genuine. It's not going to be real. It's going to be people who walking on eggshells because they know they can't say nothing to you. Who want to live in life and to just know that people not being real and genuine with you because they can't really say how they feel because you're going to spaz out or because you're going to act like this, you act like that. That's not real relationships. If you have in your relationship with people in your life who can't tell you the truth, that's not real. That's not genuine. They don't love you for real. The people I love, I'm going to tell y'all the truth because I want to see y'all grow. I want us to grow together. If I see that you're not trying to grow, then I have to separate myself because I can't keep myself in a position where I'm around people with the mindsets that they do no wrong or that they're just going to stay the same forever because that's just who they are. And just if you don't like it, then you can go. Then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go. I want to go around people who want to grow and who want to learn and who want to become the best version of themselves. This is what I want out of life. And I see so clearly now, the blinders are off my eyes. Can't nobody convince me that I'm wrong for saying how I feel in my trauma. I should be able to. And if I can't explain myself around you, if I can't express myself and tell you the truth out of love, I don't want you around me. Healing is the most important thing in my journey right now. And it starts with me. I'm my biggest critic. I tell myself every day, you have to be better. You can't mess your kids up. You got to do this. You got to do that. I promise you. I'm going to tell me first before anybody else got to tell me that I'm wrong or that I was wrong or that I messed up. I'm going to tell me first because I'm being real with myself because I want to change and I'm going to take the steps that I need to become the woman that I desire to be.